So, third cab off the rank for day one. Obviously, the hot talking point of the tournament, besides Tim Dixon. We'll get to that. But no, so Patrick Hood, everyone knows the name. Obviously, mate, you're coming into this tournament as favourite. You and I say that liberally as well. I really do mean that. I did actually mention you in a couple of interviews where my bogey player is personally yourself. So my money's on you going through, unless you come up against me, and that's really unlucky for you, I guess. But no, talk to me, mate. How are you feeling in this tournament now?
Feeling pretty good. I feel like I've sort of done the work to get here where I am now, and I really love the rule set. I haven't been exposed to it a lot, but I did play obviously part of the Nationals at Slate, and managed to take home one of the events there, and came runner-up in the other one. So I really think this rule set suits my game a lot. It's sort of that bit of a mix between international rules and world rules, somewhere in between. So I really enjoy the rule set, and I've obviously been in there just having a hit previously, and the setup's great. So feel really comfortable.
Good, yeah. I must admit the setup is really nice. And yeah, you played really well. You actually played really, really well in the Nationals in Geelong. You were pretty unlucky not to take home more. So obviously you're at the tail end of many comps I can think of even this year. I'll let you name it just to name a few, and you can fill me in. But there was Pockets. You're in the tail end of that. There was the Geelong comp tail end of that. You've gone into the tail end of obviously Nationals too. So I've actually spoken about you a lot over the last couple of months, and I've actually been saying you are due for a major. You really are due for that major point. And as you were saying, this rule set could be that time where you do tip over that. But I do believe once you, and this is just a personal opinion, right? But my opinion is when you do cross that threshold and you've won your major, you've won your tournament, I think you would be very, very hard to stop. Those top-end players will start being scared of you in that sense because you can go the distance. Everybody knows that. I think for you, it's just pushing that threshold only slightly just to get that. And, this could be that tipping point.
Yeah.
So I like the rule set. I do think it suits you.
Yeah.
But how do you think you're going to go through the year? Because obviously this is a few events. It goes into Feb. How do you think you're going to go overall, personally?
Look, you probably knocked it on the head a bit. I've had some good results without maybe breaking through for a really big tournament win, So, runner up in the first Pockets event. Obviously, I did win one of those Blackball events, but Geelong, I pretty consistently last 8 to the last 16. Those big comps, that level where I just would love to go that next step further and take one out. So really hoping that one of these events, if not multiple of these events, is that for me. Obviously, there's a lot of good players here, and I've got some history with quite a few of the guys here. I haven't always beaten these guys, so by no means do I think I'm going to walk in and win it. It's going to need me to play some good pool, and then obviously the Pro-Am event as well. We know that there's some dangerous amateurs floating around. So
some very dangerous amateurs, yeah.
So, yeah, I think I'm going to have to play well to win it, but I believe that I can, and hopefully we'll start this weekend and see how we go for the rest of the time.
Yep, excellent. So besides obviously the amateur event, which is a difference, is there anybody you're worried about? You mentioned you haven't beaten a few of these people in the pros tournament. Now, is there anyone in particular you wouldn't want to come up against, or if you did come up against, who would you like to beat probably most?
Oh, look, the obvious one, I'd love to beat Tem in the Pro-Am. I'm pretty sure most people are going to say that at some stage they'd love to beat Tem, and Tem's one of those bogey players for me. Like you said, everyone's got those bogey players, and he seems to get me a bit. And when you do sort of consistently run, relatively deep into tournaments, you do tend to play a lot of the same guys over and over again. But from a pro point of view, Bronson obviously beat me in the final of the men's singles at Geelong, and me and Mick Norton have got some history where we've played some cash games. Sort of, he won the first one, I won the second one, and so we always have a pretty good match when we play. But I suppose I don't want to really look too much past my first round opponent, and that's Greg. And Greg puts in a lot of time. He plays a lot online, and I know he's very dangerous. at King's Cup earlier in the year, he got beat by Alec Evernides and it was 8-7 or something like that, and went right to the end. So I know I actually played Alec. I would have been playing Greg had Greg won that game, but and Alec beat me as well. So I know Greg's more than capable. So I think, you know, let's not look too far ahead, and we'll just take it one at a time for that boring cliche. But so we'll start with Greg.
All right. Well, you've got a match up soon, so I will let you go. Is there anything you want to say for anyone at home, or tell me something your mother doesn't know? Because that won't be a lot, given we all know what Benny's like.
Oh, look, for a message from home, I suppose my partner and my mum are actually going to my sister's hens night while I'm here, so it's been, some would say, fortunate timing that they go off and leave me to do my thing. So obviously hope they have a great time, but it's been good to sort of, you know, just focus on the pool and not have to worry about anything else. And that something my mother doesn't know. There's not, me and mum are pretty tight. There's not much she doesn't know, but I suppose I will just say a quick thanks to Slate as well. Obviously, I'm wearing my shirt. You know,
thank you, Joel. Thank you, Slate.
Joel, and that they always look after me with table hire and stuff like that. You know, so
look after me as well, Joel. I'll come down.
So I've been, you know, trying to put in. That's really the only Supreme in Geelong. So I've been putting in some time on that table just to make sure you get, you know, used to these sort of tables. So big thanks to Slate for all the support as well.
Yep. Well, thank you to everyone else out there. Thanks for the interview. We do appreciate Slate. You know, you guys held the Nationals. There's obviously more comps that go on. And a lot of Geelong players that have come through, and hopefully they will follow you through an event like this, which will be really nice. But you've got a match to get to, so good luck, my man. And look, we're all rooting for you, and we just want to see a really good match. And you're on the mainstream, but enjoy.